I've been with Randstad for over a year, half a year now. And I see that there's this culture of being humble and being kind and nice to each other, which I haven't seen in a lot of other organizations. Uh, People are not kind, uh, you know. So keeping that in mind and keeping all the DNI initiatives that we've taken so far, I think I would rate Randstad um, a little below middle in the curve, because of course we are on a journey. It's no destination that we're on. It's a journey that we're on. So yeah, I think I'm glad that we as Randstad have embarked on this journey. Well, if we look at the entire constituency of, the Indian workplace, I think majority of our workforce comes from very humble and conservative backgrounds. And our society, the kind of society that we live in, I think people were all raised, um, you know, keeping in mind that there are marginalized sections and municipal minorities that must be excluded in order to make place for yourself in the society. But now with the diversity, equity, and inclusion in the picture, I think times are changing. Um, so I think there's a lot of change that I see, not just at Randstad, but in the entire corporates, in India. And the change is that people, especially from the marginalized sections and the municipal minorities, including the LGBTQI population and people with disabilities and women who have been on a career break and have never returned, they sort of have a sense of fairness and belongingness at work. And they now know that because this function exists in an organization, um, their voices are going to be heard and they're going to be heard. So I think the entire DEI policy, the diversity and inclusion policy, is very difficult for people to understand. The major setback that personally I have come across over these years has been the lack of understanding amongst people. Firstly, that they cannot differentiate between corporate social responsibility and diversity and inclusion. Diversity and inclusion um, was initially introduced to bring about fairness in the workplace, fairness in the entire system, especially when the organization makes it their prime agenda to bring diversity and inclusion at the center of the business, especially all the functions, so that they can welcome people from the marginalized sections and really make their workplace diverse and ultimately ensure inclusion for everybody in the workplace. Well, for organizations that have not adopted the DNI policies, diversity and inclusion policies, I think they need to understand that diversity and inclusion is the hottest topic in the market right now, around the world right now. And if they've not embarked on this journey yet, they ideally should, because like I said in the beginning, that the systemic exclusion that we've witnessed over the years and centuries, and that will come to an end only when we start strategizing around diversity and inclusion initiatives and start incorporating the essence of diversity and inclusion in the workplace. So I would definitely suggest the organizations that have not yet embarked on the journey of diversity and inclusion to start, because even if they take the first step, I think they'll get a lot of clarity on where they're heading. There may be a lot of parameters that they want to, sort of check, if they're doing well as an organization in terms of diversity and inclusion and the initiatives that they're taking. So starting is something that I would suggest them.